Powerful story. And joining me to talk more about The Prince of Tides is John Grisham, best-selling novelist and author of a new book, now in stores, called Rogue Lawyer. Welcome back, John.
Happy to be here.
Let's talk a little about Mr. Conroy, who wrote this story.
Pat's a fascinating character. He's a friend. We've been friends for, I guess, 25 years. He always writes about his family. His father was a Marine fighter pilot and a tough guy. And Pat will tell you that he was abused as a child. He was beaten by his father. His mother was kind of kept the family together, but he was abusive. And Pat, carries a lot of that damage, I think, still. And his father he told me that, he said, you can't believe all that stuff Pat writes about the family. He's got a powerful imagination. So there's probably been a blurring of fact and fiction. I'm not going to tell what's right and what's wrong. I don't know. But Pat has spent a lot of time in the last 30 years writing about that family. And there's a lot of fact and there's a lot of fiction. But it's very, very entertaining stuff.
I think Barbra Streisand did a terrific job on this. Her first movie that she directed had been Yentl, and then came this, and then eventually Mirror Has Two Faces and everything. She's really a good director.
Well, the acting is so good and the directing is good. You wonder why she doesn't do it more often in the past 25 years.
And she's kind of a genius in many ways. Certainly Funny Girl being her very first film, there was always talk that she, had a lot to say about that, and she was working with William Wyler, and you can't do better than William Wyler. But she was giving her opinions and everything, and that movie is so good the way it worked out. You say, how did she know how to do this so well and make it so right for on film?
Pat told me the story when the book came out in '86, and immediately there was a lot of interest from producers and directors. And he didn't really like the sound of, the proposals, what they were going to do with the story, and he was very protective. So he quit talking to him. And then his phone started ringing by somebody calling on behalf of Mrs. Streisand. And he thought it was a prank, and he wouldn't take the call. And so finally, he was somewhere, I think in a bookstore and she tracked him down and said, Pat, this is Barbra Streisand. We've got to talk about The Prince of Tides. And he was over the moon. He loved it. He loved it from beginning to end. He loved to drop her name. He loved to tell stories about her. All good stuff. But he thoroughly enjoyed the filming of that movie.
Yeah, good. So we're awfully glad you're here, John.
Happy to be here.
Now, John and I are going to be back in just a few moments to bring you another film from a Southern writer. This one, Cormac McCarthy. And it's a Best Picture Oscar winner from 2007, movie that stars Javier Bardem, Tommy Lee Jones, and Josh Brolin.